No, I know you spent a lot of time thinking about AI, and we've been talking about it a lot because it's moving so fast. 5 years from now, what do you think doctors will be doing less of, and what should we be doing more of right now?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know that I would have anticipated where we are now 6 months ago, right? With some of the AI stuff we're doing. It's really amazing. I mean, if you think about, you and I were talking about the AI scribe, the ambiance. I gotta say, in my career, that's been one of the best things that's happened, right? It's allowed me to spend a lot more time with my family and my patients. I don't know where it's going to be, but I think a couple things that I think about. One is we need to embrace it. We need to embrace it. We need to not fear it. We need to try to learn. So I'm really challenging myself to learn as much as I can. I'm pretty slow with it, but I'm really challenging myself quite a bit to learn as much as I can about it, whether it's helping me in my personal life or in my professional life, the opportunities, because it is moving so fast. If you wait and you blink, it's going to be harder to get on that boat down the road once it starts happening. So I think that's kind of the one thing I think about and advice. So don't run away from it. I think we also have a really interesting opportunity. And Elliot, you and I have probably been around long enough to have seen right before EMRs, right? I mean, a lot of what drove EMRs in the early stages, it was not about clinical care and documentation. It was about billing and scheduling, right? And and the other stuff kind of started getting added on afterwards and kind of developed that way. I think this is one of our big opportunities as clinicians to start thinking about, and this doesn't mean everybody has to go out and develop their own AI tool, but I think we have an opportunity to develop things in the right way that will truly serve the profession and serve patients and serve our communities, as opposed to hoping that somebody else is going to come in and solve it for us and give us an out of the box tool that doesn't fit, like some of the early kind of issues were. So I think that would be my advice for a lot of physicians. What do I hope? What do I hope? Um, I hope we as family physicians can do, and physicians broadly, but in my daily life can do what I really am passionate about and what I hope I'm really good at doing. And that's the complexity of the care, the holding the hand, the talking to the family, the looking folks in the eyes and comforting them, and not have to kind of get bogged down with some of the things that are pretty just you and I spend a lot of our time in every day, refilling medications that I've never said no to as long as a couple criteria were hit, right? I heard on one of your podcasts that I think it was Utah recently authorized prescription refills by AI in certain circumstances. I think if we can take a lot of that stuff out, kind of manage and tee things up. Now the EMRs are so big, you can't even go through them. There's so much information. Um, Always worried, what am I going to miss? So if we could kind of get some of those things and allow us to do the things that we do really well, that patients really, really need, that are in the way, or oftentimes not delivered because of all the other stuff we're doing that we can automate. That's where I think we should be, and hopefully will be 5 years from now.